We recently got some shocking updates in the MMO community, specifically two big updates from Amazon Games. One of them is officially confirmed, the other isn't, but with some recent comments from developers who were laid off, the rumors are loud enough that you can almost hear the impending doom of New World and the new Lord of the Rings MMO.
You shall not pass!
So let's talk about New World losing all future content and what looks like the quiet death of Amazon's new Lord of the Rings MMO. So let's start with New World. Amazon officially announced that after Season 10 and the Night Haven DLC, that the game will no longer be getting any future content drops ever, which is a huge bummer for me. And I know a lot of people who really enjoyed the DLC. I think the Night Haven DLC was probably the best DLC that they made, especially how good the zone was. I thought the zone was amazing. They added very large structures, and I thought it was a very beautiful zone. That means no more expansions, no more seasons. The devs basically just stopped development completely. Servers will stay online through 2026, so the game isn't shutting down right away. But when an MMO stops getting new content like this, it's a pretty good indication that the game's going to be shut down at some point, especially if they're saying the servers are staying on through 2026. If I had to guess, we might have the servers up through the holidays of 2026, but once 2027 rolls around, you can kiss New World goodbye because I think it's out of here. And if you're a New World fan still playing the game, this is basically Amazon saying enjoy the game and the world as it is. We're done building. We're starting to wrap it up. We're closing down shop. They did just drop the dagger weapon, which is a good little piece of content, I guess, if they're working on it and the game's shutting down. Even if it's an unfinished weapon, might as well throw it in there. So that's kind of nice if you guys want to hop on and get some reps with the dagger and see how you guys like that weapon. I'd recommend it. They're pretty fun little daggers to run around with. They are a little buggy, but it is what it is. The game's shutting down. What does this mean for New World? Long term, like I mentioned, this usually leads to the same ending as every MMO who's ran into this problem in the past. Player numbers are going to drop, revenue drops, and then eventually the servers are going to go down. They haven't given a shutdown date yet, but the writing's on the wall, guys. I already mentioned that it's probably going to last through the holidays of 2026, and I would guess it's going to end in 2027. Now, I don't know if the community can save the game or not. Like maybe if the guys and gals who love New World, if they keep the servers populated and show Amazon that the game's worth saving, maybe they'll come back and delay the shutdown or just axe the shutdown altogether and keep the game up. But when I heard about Amazon shutting down or stopping content for New World, I suspected that it was going to shut down because I always felt that the Lord of the Rings MMO was the MMO that they wanted to make, and New World was the practice run for the MMO at Amazon Games. But we also have now gotten rumors that they're probably axing the Lord of the Rings MMO as well, which is unfortunate. I just made a whole video on it. I'll go into more detail about that video towards the end of this video. So what is the Lord of the Rings MMO situation? Amazon already tried making a LOTR MMO once, and that version was canceled back in 2021. Then they teamed up with Embracer to try again, the newer Lord of the Rings MMO. It was real. It was in development. People were working on it. And then the layoffs recently started happening. A developer who was laid off posted this on LinkedIn, and this is the exact quote. "This morning, I was part of the layoffs at Amazon Games alongside my incredibly talented peers on New World and our fledgling Lord of the Rings game. Y'all would have loved it. It's always tough to see such a strong team go through something like this. I've been lucky to work with some of the most skilled, creative, and kind developers I've ever met." That one paragraph right there kind of says everything. It's not an official announcement. It's just basically a blog post, just a developer saying the LOTR MMO existed, it was in progress, and the players would have loved it. Right now, it looks like the entire project has fallen under Amazon's axe. And again, y'all would have loved it. To me, that sounds like the game's getting canceled. It hasn't officially been announced from Amazon. The icing's on the cake, guys. That's a developer coming out and saying we would have loved it. I think it's gone. I don't think it's coming back. We'll see. But what I will say, this doesn't mean the game is canceled forever, in my opinion. They've canceled it once before. They revisited it, and they canceled it again. What I think could happen is they could try to revisit it for a third time, or maybe they'll just sell the rights to some other company who's going to make the game. But just that one single sentence, y'all would have loved it. That kind of tells me that the game's getting canceled. It hasn't officially been announced. It's just this LinkedIn post that people are kind of feeding off of. But if you have a developer who was laid off and they were working on the Lord of the Rings MMO and they say that, I'd bet my money that the game's going to get canceled. So what's happening in Amazon Games? It feels like Amazon is stepping away from big MMOs altogether. New World is winding down. The LOTR MMO appears to be dead behind the scenes, and the studio is shifting towards smaller, safer, and cheaper projects. It's like they hiked into the MMO jungle, saw how thick the vines were, and said, yeah, no thanks. Let's go back to the parking lot.
Fortunately, I've been in this exact situation 3 times before.
When? When have you ever been in this situation
I've never
before?
been in this situation before. Just trying to keep up morale. Good God. It's a feeding station. If anyone knows about meal presentation, it's me.
Oh God! Oh God!
I was actually super impressed and shocked. I would say shocked is maybe a better word when I saw Amazon going so hard into the MMO genre because it's such a unique challenge in the gaming industry. I think the MMO community has kind of been in a dark place recently. You guys are just kind of stuck with WoW, Final Fantasy 14. Those are still kind of the biggest MMOs out there, and they're so old. It's really been hard for a company to break through that MMO wall and really make a successful MMO that the community loves. So here's the state of things. New World, whether you like it or not, it's in its final era. It's going to be out of here soon. The LOTR MMO, we're almost certain it's canceled. Just based off that quote from the developer, bet on it's going to be canceled. Amazon isn't pushing big MMO projects anymore. I don't think Amazon's really good for anything, especially Lord of the Rings. I was excited for the Lord of the Rings MMO, but I was very concerned because it was from Amazon. It's almost a bittersweet. I'm kind of glad it got canceled, and I hope they sell the rights for another studio to take it. If not, I still hope this game is developed in the future, because even though New World had a lot of critics and had a lot of issues, they did a lot of things well. And when I say I think New World was a test game for them, it made me more confident in the new Lord of the Rings MMO, because I was hoping they would take everything that was good with the game, put it in the new Lord of the Rings game, and then fix everything that was bad about the game. But maybe we'll never see. I don't know. I guess fingers crossed if you guys want to see that happen in the future. Now, before I wrap this up, I do want to mention something important. A few days ago, I finished and scheduled a video breaking down Amazon's upcoming Lord of the Rings MMO. Right after I did that, all the layoff news came out. New World's probably shutting down. And you saw that quote from the developer of the Lord of the Rings MMO. I still decided to release the video, and I'm going to tell you guys why, so you might want to go and watch that video for yourselves, because I think a lot of the topics I talked about still stand. First, Amazon has not officially confirmed the cancellation. Everything we're hearing so far comes from the layoffs, leaks, and developer posts. There's still a chance, in my opinion, that 1, the game is not being canceled. Probably unlikely. I think it's going to get canceled. 2, the game does get canceled, and they come back and revisit it later. They've already canceled it once and then came back and tried to make it. This is the second cancellation, so I think it's a possibility that they come back and revisit it a third time. I wish they would just sell the rights to a better studio who really care for the Tolkien universe and the MMO community and can make a better MMO that Amazon probably ever could. And second, everything I talk about in that video, I still think applies to MMOs in general, based on my opinions and what I like to see in MMOs and what I would like to see in future MMOs. We also kind of talk around the struggles big studios face, why the projects fall apart, why a lot of the players are hungry for new content and a new type of MMO. And I still think all of that matters, even if this version of the game never sees the day of light. So if you think you'd be interested in watching that video, please go give it a watch. Let me know in the comments, by the way, if you agree, disagree with what I was saying that they should add into the game. And let me know if you guys have better ideas. I enjoy talking about this stuff. And again, most of these ideas I also shared with New World, and I just think it's something that can make the game a little bit better, a little bit more social, a little bit more enjoyable to play. All right, guys, that's everything for today. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Were you still playing New World? Are you going to play it through 2026 into the shutdown? Did you plan on playing the new LOTR MMO? Were you excited about that? Or do you think in general Amazon's making a huge mistake with these layoffs and massive cuts to their video game sector? And hit that like button if you enjoyed today's video, and make sure you subscribe for more breakdowns, industry news, and deep dives into tech products like Elgato's new mic arm, which I'm working on a video right now. So maybe I'll see you guys over there. Thanks for watching, and rest in peace to all the MMOs that we may never get to play. Ashes of Creation, I'm talking about you.